to be here with you this morning. Here's what I'm going to ask that you do, as best as you can, if you can kind of fill in a little bit, because I'm going to need your participation in this. We know what we're here for this morning. We want a government that cannot be bought.
Yes.
Read the
We are
First
not
Amendment.
for sale. And if it takes us holding on and fighting the good fight, that's what we're willing to do. And so I'm going to sing a song that says, hold on, keep your eyes on the prize. We know what the prize is, and we're not going to take our eyes off that prize. Am I right?
Right.
So I'm going to sing, hold on, and I want you to answer me back. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Are we ready? Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Well, there's one thing that we did wrong. Stayed in the wilderness a little too long. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. But there's one thing that we did right. We started to fight for our equal rights. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Well, the only chain that man can stand is the chain of hand in hand. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Sing that with me. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold
Your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here today. My name is Marge Baker. I'm Executive Vice President of People for the American Way, and I'm honored to be one of the co-hosts today. It is so incredible to see everyone here. Are we ready to rally for democracy? Inside the court, right now, one wealthy man is asking for permission to pour even more money directly into political campaigns. But we're here too, and we have a different ask. We're asking the justices to protect the integrity of our democracy. We're asking them to protect the voices and the votes of we the people. We're here representing tens of millions of Americans around the country to make it clear that we do not want our democracy put on the auction block. We're here today saying loud and clear, our democracy is not for sale. Say it. Our democracy is not for sale. And we're here to say to Americans across the country, thank you. Thank you for all that you are doing to lift up this issue. Your hard work, your passion, your persistence are inspiring. Because of you, we can and we will have a democracy that is of, by, and for the people. There's a movement building across the country. It's a movement to tackle the corrosive and corroding influence of money on our democracy. democracy. The remedies we seek are many, and they reinforce one another. We need to amend the Constitution to overturn what the Supreme Court has already done. We need public financing of campaigns. We need meaningful disclosure laws. And we need to insist that shareholders and not corporate CEOs make decisions about whether and how much to spend on elections. There are real remedies that real people are organizing and mobilizing to support right now. We are in this together and we will prevail. We've got a great lineup of speakers today, from students and small business owners to movement leaders and congresspeople to some of the lawyers who have been in the courtroom today. They have important stories to tell about the challenges average Americans confront in a democracy where policy decisions reflect the access and influence that the wealthy can buy. So we're ready to get started, but first I want to introduce our co-host for today, my friend and colleague Blair Bowie from US PIRG.
Thank you, Marge. My name's Blair Bowie. I'm the democracy advocate with US PIRG. We're so thrilled to be co-hosting this event today with People for the American Way and to have all the involvement of the wonderful groups that stand here with us. 4 years ago, the Supreme Court heard a case called Citizens United versus the Federal Elections Commission. The court's decision in that case dealt a huge blow to democracy. What's different about today from 4 years ago is all of you. Citizens United and the resulting big money in the 2012 elections awoke a sleeping giant. The American public that understands when enough is enough. We understand that when corporations can hide election spending, that something is very wrong. We understand that when 32 super PAC donors can match 3.7 million small contributors, that something is very wrong. We understand that when, even in light of these problems, the Supreme Court is hearing another case that could take us further down this road, that something is very wrong. And we understand that these problems have real-world consequences on the people and issues that we care about most. Today you'll hear from students and retirees who understand that when large donors dictate how we balance the budget, that young people and seniors lose. You'll hear from environmentalists who understand that when coal and oil executives can make multi-million-dollar contributions to candidates, that more pipelines will be built, more mountains will be blown up, and the clean energy future our planet desperately needs will continue to be denied. You'll hear from workers who understand that in a world where management writes the rules for government, rather than the people writing the rules for management, families lose their basic protections and livelihoods. You'll hear from civil rights leaders, speaking for those who have already had their right to vote threatened or stripped by this court this year, and who understand that increasing the role of large donors in elections further disenfranchises those who have the right to be heard equally in our democracy. The difference between Citizens United and today is all of you, the people who stand behind us, and the millions more across the country who stand with us. Together we can and will make clear that in America, in a democracy, the size of your wallet should not determine the volume of your voice. Thank you so much for standing with us today. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, now let me introduce our first speaker today. Craig L. Rice is the Vice President of the Montgomery County Council and the Maryland State Director of People for the American Way Foundation's Young Elected Officials Network. Welcome, Craig.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Craig
Craig Rice, as you've heard, and I'm the Vice President of the Montgomery County Council in Montgomery County, Maryland. And I want to thank People for the American Way, Calvin Sloan, Marge Baker, for inviting me to speak to you today about a topic that is extremely passionate. I am truly passionate about this issue because I think that it's extremely important for us to talk about the topic for this morning, which is fairness and democracy. Now, our election process took a serious blow when the Supreme Court found in the Citizens United case that corporations could spend as much money as they want on political campaigns as long as they didn't give it directly to candidates. And now I fear directly behind me that the court may again take another step in the wrong direction by declaring all limits on campaign contributions unconstitutional in this McCutcheon case. Now, as a young minority elected official, let me tell you this is extremely troubling. While our president was fortunate enough to get a very large combination of small donations that helped him to raise billions of dollars for his presidential campaign, the reality is that young minority candidates throughout this country are routinely outspent and therefore denied the ability to serve in elected roles. And this especially is indicative in our U.S. Congress. Doing away with these contribution limits will make sure that those that have financial means have a greater influence over politics and intensify the effect that we currently see. Let me be very clear. Money should not determine who serves in office. I say it again. Money should not determine who serves in office. It is my hope that this nation will be one where candidates will not be judged by the amount of money in their campaign fund, but by the content of their character. Let me say it again, because we heard those defining words before from a great man who led us in the right direction. We cannot be guided by a person just because of the money in their campaign fund. It's about who they are and what they stand for. And right behind us, we're about to undo that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not the dream that our forefathers had for us. You'll hear arguments that that's what our forefathers intended. That is not the case. And even though McCutcheon is only challenging the aggregate 2-year caps, we all know in reality that when they take this issue up, that it could actually have a total effect on the contributions for individual contributions as well. We cannot stand by and let this happen. We cannot stand by again and see the strength of us as a people diminished. We cannot stand by again and see the rights stripped away from the poor and given to the rich. We cannot stand by again and see our democracy and what our forefathers envisioned be misinterpreted. We cannot stand by, ladies and gentlemen. We must stand up. We've got to stand up and say that this is wrong, say that this is not what the American people want, stand up and say that we care about fair elections and making sure that we don't give it to a few rich people to decide what's happening in our democracy, but that we are the ones who decide. We, the people, are the ones who make the decisions as to what happens in our democracy. So we have to stand up together, and I promise to stand with you to make sure that we have this fight to bring democracy back to the people of the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Craig. We'd now like to bring up Matthew Siegel, who is the co-founder and president of OurTime.org, the nation's largest advocacy organization for young Americans. Matthew.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm standing here today because in my civic education, as well as understanding of American history, I was never taught that Abraham Lincoln said, "Of the wealthy, by the wealthy, and for the wealthy." If we don't stand up loudly for sensible campaign finance reform today, that is exactly what our democracy will become. As the founder of OurTime.org, a nationwide nonprofit that enhances the political voice of young Americans, part of our mission is an ongoing fight for voting rights and voter registration opportunities, and we're here today because we find the interests of Sean McCutcheon worth opposing for a few key reasons. One, if we lose, it will be millennials and future generations who have to live the longest in a morally obscure political process, because the evidence is indisputable that political contributions affect legislative priorities and outcomes. 93% of the time, the candidate who raises the most money wins. This affects us acutely because we're a uniquely cash-strapped generation. We have 16% unemployment. Some cities across the country have over 50% underemployment. Our generation has over $1 trillion in student loan debt. $26,000 is the share of that per person. We have the burden of credit card debt, rent debt, grocery debt, healthcare debt. The notion of saving is becoming more and more of a dream and less of a reality. And unlike our wealthier friends, we don't have the benefit of the tax code to give us those great capital gains rates. So, pardon me when I say that when the average young American doesn't have the discretionary income to contribute, $5, $10, $15, $20 is a lot of money for us, that we're not anti-rich. We're just anti-rich people buying government.
Yeah.
So, we cannot be expected to sit around and wait while our interests are ignored. Our time to speak up and change things is now. Thankfully, we have a demographic advantage. We're the largest generation in history, and our voting power is indisputable. We're the sons and daughters of baby boomers. Let's use it. Thank you.